We always focus on different ways of doing things for the school because you want to stand out from the crowd. When the idea was suggested that we should do this, then I leapt at the opportunity because it was going to be different, but it was also going to allow you to really bring your product to life. And we did that by the interviews with the children, allowing their character to come through, the same with our teachers, exactly the same. It wasn't just a staid interview, it was about someone who is alive and is teaching children.
Do you think it made a difference?
Made a fantastic difference. I've had reaction from parents, from agents, particularly agents from overseas. Only a couple of days ago I had an email saying, wow, just seen your website, really kept me looking at it, and most importantly it gave me a real flavour of what the school was like.
Two choices, the corporate video or the personal touch. With hindsight, which?
Right. Corporate video is something that everybody does, and in the old days it would have been the bee's knees. Now everybody expects to see it. Therefore you've got to do it in a totally different way, and you've got to allow people's character, real character, to come through. And something that's unscripted is the best way of doing it.
What comments have you actually had from parents that have phoned up?
The people who have responded to seeing the interviews were, this is exactly how the school is, and we're not surprised that the children speak in the way that they do. I had one reaction actually from an interpreter in China, who I asked them to listen to one of the Chinese interviews with the students prior to me allowing parents to see it, because we didn't know what they'd said. And at the end of it, this interpreter said to me, it's like a wonderful film. And it was a good script. And I said it wasn't scripted at all. It was actually exactly what the children wanted to say.
What about parents who phoned up prospectively thinking of putting their children in there?
They're coming more and more now as a result of seeing our website. And they're actually physically saying, we are coming as a result of seeing your website. It stands head and shoulders above others. And that's not just the design. I'm sure it is the interviews. It's well placed on the front of the site so that people can see it and click to it, and possibly don't go anywhere else, because something being said on screen, like I'm talking to you now, is so much more alive than reading a whole load of text.
One of the issues that we had was how to actually drive people to it, and we came up with this novel idea of actually putting a little talking head. You've now been running statistics across the website. How's it been?
Fantastic. From the time we started doing Google Analytics, when we didn't have anything like this, we hadn't renewed the website except for individual pages, and the minute we put the talking heads on there and then sent messages out to people all over the place, parents, pupils, agents worldwide, and we said, have a look at our talking heads. Thought it might go a bit like a damp squid, but it was staggering. It more than trebled the hits that we had on our website in the first day, and continued to rise and then fell away a bit. And as a result, we've now been doing more and more of this sort of marketing where we put something new on the website, whether it's a new interview or a new section, and tell the world that it's happening. And every time we do it, our hits on our website go up.
It's a school, but you could quite justifiably say it's a business, and what in theory you are is marketing this business using an online media. What do you think as a business tool? Has it paid for itself?
Absolutely. As a business tool, it can operate in any sphere. It's about the people involved in that business. And I know some perhaps are less people-orientated than others. Schools are very much people-orientated. But it's still a case of saying, do I trust that person on that screen? You can't tell when you're reading text. You just can't really tell. You can look at all the history of the company and everything else that people have said about it. But it's really about that rapport that you're building with the other person. Do you trust them?
From a financial point of view, good investment?
Excellent investment. When you consider how it's related against ordinary advertising that's fairly dead, perhaps as with newspapers, for example, circulation is going down, it's a bit of a dead medium. You've got a great opportunity here to get out to whoever you want to hit and be quite specific by targeting people with your message.
So, the bottom line question is, with hindsight, What have we learned?
With hindsight, we should have done this an awful long time ago, but then digital process was different. People had this misconception you couldn't get the download speeds, and it took a long, long time to download. Now with digital technology, it's down in a flash, and thank goodness we've done it, and we'll go on developing it as fast as we possibly can, with the respect that I hope one day that most of our website will be in the form of some format of video links or talking head interviews.